Hi, Taurians. It's Medicine. And I just want to say thank you for coming and doing a reading with us today and joining us in Circle. And today we're doing a weekly. This is a meta weekly for the week of the 8th through the 14th. And to start off the week, we have the Two of Pentacles. So you're going to be juggling finances here. You're going to be juggling jobs. This is generally, maybe you have two trades, two things that kind of make money, but you can't necessarily decide which direction to go in, and so you just kind of stay with both of them. But you do well. You juggle them well. You do juggle them well. There's a lot of Virgo energy, and there's a lot of I'm sorry, not Virgo energy, Capricorn energy going into the two. So you do handle this very well. And there is the energies there is the energy of Saturn in the two. So there is the energies of, you do have the energies of doing things in a very practical, you take very practical steps, take very reasonable, logical steps in order to keep these two various trades or various ways in which you gain finance going this week. So that's how you start off with the Two of Pentacles. It's actually a very promising thing. You just haven't made a decision yet on which one you want to go with, and that's perfectly fine. Towards the middle of the week with the Queen of Wands. Okay, this might talk about someone in your life who might be very bullying. Perhaps she's not getting her way, or this person, he's not getting his way. The Queen of Wands generally represents someone of an Aries nature, or just a very it can also be a very fiery nature, but there's definitely Aries energy in this, in the Queen of Wands. Someone who is just being very perhaps bullying, because they are not getting their way, and perhaps emotionally, even physically bullying because they're not getting their way, and it's just kind of, stamping around, throwing temper tantrums, yelling and screaming because they're not getting the kind of attention that they want. This can be someone who is acting very childish and very impulsive. Not to say that impulsiveness is a bad thing, but they're simply doing it out of anger or fear or anxiety, or they're doing it out of unhealthy emotions. They are reacting in an unhealthy way because they don't feel like they're getting what they want. And a lot of times that happens with fire signs. If they don't feel like they get what they want, they can do that. They can throw tantrums. This also can say you being on a more emotional level. This also can be you if you have moon or rising in a fire energy. This could also be you. I'm not saying that it is, but I'm saying that it could also be yourself included as well. So just watch out for. I would say if you resonate with this at all, I would watch out for. I'd watch out for being a little too egotistical and feeling a sense of entitlement, like you should have something, and just try to understand that things are given to you out of love and respect, and the same in reverse and to the other side, and that no one is entitled to anything. We are only entitled to just ourselves. And that's it. And try to turn this queen upside down. And if this is someone close to you, then maybe it's just kind of the same thing. Just kind of either give them space, or sit down and talk to them and say, this is it. This is what's happening. But understand that they are doing this to get some kind of emotion, some kind of attention that they're not getting right now. So they need an emotion. They need I keep going to emotion because it's like some emotional need that needs to be fed, I guess, is what's coming through. Something has to be fed, and it's not being fed, and they are reacting in an unhealthy way in order to have that attention. So I'd watch out for that towards the middle of the week, Taurians. At the end of the week, however, there seems to be some new emotional rebirth and renewal with the Page of Cups at the end of the week there. It seems like amends have been made. It seems like things have been reconciled. We now sit with peace. We now sit with emotional waters. We now learn and understand and get to the bottom of what was causing this emotional disruption this entire time, and now be able to look to what's really going on and say and find some sort of some new emotional pathways to work into, perhaps in a relationship that you have with someone, or perhaps even within yourself towards the end of the week. And for you Taurians, the oracle that came up was the spirit of love. And I have not worked with the spirit of love before, so if you allow me just a moment to look inside the booklet and kind of find some information about the spirit of love. It says, I am the spirit of love. I surround you at every moment of your life and touch every aspect of your being. I can guide you, transform you, turn your life upside down. I permeate everything around you, and I enable you to relate more positively to the life you live, to those who share it with you, and to the greater forces with which you interact. I am abstract, impersonal, distant, and direct. My power is everywhere and transcends everything it touches. The message from the spirit of love is that love has evolved through countless forms of expression down the ages. Yet at its heart, there is something timeless and universal. The heart knows its own wisdom and often bewilders us with its sudden changes of direction. The spirit of love helps us to understand one of the most vital energies that drive our world. Represented here as an abstract figure, this spirit opens its arms in an all-encompassing embrace. In the same way, we should allow our own love to flow passionately and without censor or discrimination. Only through loving deeply will we be loved in return. Very magical words. Only through loving deeply will we be loved in return. And something just kind of came up with this as well too. You know, you're juggling two jobs currently this week, and it makes me wonder. If kind of the story is that you're working a little too much for your partner, your spouse, your significant other, your child, maybe someone, your cousin, someone very important to you in your life. Perhaps you're working a little too much and you're not spending enough time with them. And this can even be yourself included. You know, I joke around sometimes with some friends of mine that we have both a wife and a husband within ourselves, and it's very true. We have a sacred masculine and a sacred feminine within all of us. Okay, so take heed to that. Are you not paying attention to yourself and things that you need to pay attention to for yourself? You know? And the spirit of love, allow the spirit of love to guide you and help you out this time, Taurians. Allow them to guide you. And find a way that works for you to juggle both your jobs, yet make sure that you are also making time for your loved ones. Make sure you're making time for those closest to you. I would do that. I would say that for this week it would be very important for you to, maybe if you are juggling jobs, find a way to create love with those closest to you as well. Okay? And if you don't have anyone very close to you, which I can't imagine that a Taurian would not find time for yourself outside of work. Or find time to go do something that involves being loved, that needs love in your life. That you feel like needs love, that you feel like needs your love and attention, that you would in return love. You must love deeply in order for it to return, like it says here in the book. And through loving deeply, we be loved in return. So that's the message here for you Taurians for the week of the 8th through the 14th of January 2017. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope that this message has helped you. Have a great one. Aho Matakuyasin.